Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Michael Jordan cards that I think can be potentially good flips or investments to get you some profit, especially buying low and having high upside. But before we get into the cards, if you aren't already, make sure you do hit that subscribe button and turn the bell notifications button on so you never miss another video. We are, I believe, 3 subscribers away from 200, so that is awesome. Thank you again to everyone who has already subscribed. And also make sure you drop a like on this video and even a comment saying what cards you want to see me talk about more, what investment videos you want to see, or really any content relating to cards that you want to see more from me, and I could bring that to you guys. But with that being said, let's get into these cards. Okay, so let's jump in and talk about the cards today. They're all relating to Michael Jordan, as you can see from the title thumbnail, because I wanted to bring this video up in regards to the Last Dance documentary that has just recently came out. I'm going to first talk about the two that I have on display. I have mentioned both of these cards in some of my recent videos, but I don't believe they are talked about in the same video. So if you want to check out those videos, I'll make sure to link one up here and both of them down below for you guys. But we're going to first jump in and start on the card on the left. Now, I just recently got back into collecting, investing in sports cards a couple weeks ago, and I have to say this is the first card that I have overpaid for. I actually spent around $90, $95, I believe, on this card, and right now they have dropped. They are selling PSA 9. They are selling for $50, I think, some recently sold. So I did overpay. A couple weeks ago, they were selling for $70, so they keep dropping. But that may be a good time, a good thing for you or even me to grab another one for only $50 to jump in, especially PSA 9. PSA 10s of this card are going upwards of $200 to $225. And like I said, I have seen PSA 9s going for around $50 to $60 on eBay right now. I mean, I did pay, I think the final cost was like $98 after shipping and tax. So, I mean, a little bit over, about 30, 40 bucks over. But, you know, it's Michael Jordan. You can never really go wrong with Michael Jordan. Especially PSA 9 or 10. I think what I got, I mean, I obviously overpaid, but I think once the NBA and sports start kicking up again, and everything blows over that's going on in the world, and, you know, the GOAT talk between LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan start getting talked about again, I think, you know, their cards will start being invested in more and bought up more, so you never really know with it. You just got to look into it. These cards raw can be bought for around $2 to upwards of $30. It really depends on, you know, centering, edges. You really have to look at it. You can get a really crappy card for $2, or one that could grade a PSA 10 for 30, and then you send it in and get graded, wait a couple months, weeks, whatever, and you can get upwards of 200 to 225. So that's one card to look at and keep your eye on. The next card is this 1996 Flir Michael Jordan Hardwood Leaders. Now, this card you can get for really cheap right now. Again, it's a PSA 9. I'm not 100% sure what the PSA 10s are going for. I haven't checked that specifically yet. But the PSA 9s, they haven't recently sold just because this isn't like a super hot card or super looked at card. 2 sold about 2 weeks ago for $32 and $37. I was able to grab mine for $28. Which I think isn't like bad, because $28 for, you know, a PSA 9 Michael Jordan card is pretty cool. I think the card's still a really cool card, and even paying $28, that's not a lot to potentially have a very high upside in the future. I think that is a good option. I don't know, again, if there is really many raw cards available. Like I said, there only has been 4 or 5 that have recently sold in the last like 4 months, just because this isn't really like a popular card or looked at card. So I'm not 100% sure if there is any raws up on the market, and I'm not even 100% sure what the PSA 10s are going for, but PSA 9s are ranging upwards of, you know, 30 to 40 bucks. So in that area, if you wanted to go up and pick one for yourself. So now I'm going to get into some raw Jordan cards that I have. There is 2 piles. I have separated them into. The first pile are cards that I believe are decent investments if you are able to get a good deal on a PSA 9 or PSA 10, because they have been growing over the last couple weeks. Or even if you are able to grab a really good condition raw card and hopefully get it graded a PSA 9 or 10, then I think you can have very high upside with that. So we're going to first jump in and talk about the cards that I think will be good, and then we're going to talk about some Michael Jordan cards that I don't think will have very high potential in the future. So the first card we're going to jump in and talk about is this 1990 Skybox Michael Jordan card. Now, raw, you can get this card from like $3 to $10 maybe even a little bit more if it's good centered, if everything looks really good. I think I'm going to try to send this in and get it graded, just because PSA 10s right now are going anywhere from, $200 to $215 right now. So that's pretty good. 200, 215, that's pretty good profit. I don't know if this will be graded a 10 just because if you look on this side, it seems to be shifted to the left more than this side. And the only other thing is, I don't know if you can see that, but that corner kind of has a little nick in it. I don't know if that's going to make a big difference. I think this will definitely get at least a 9. It'd be pushing a 10, but if it was to get a 10, you can even see it better on the back right here is less than there is on that side. If it was to get a 10, that'd be $200. If not, PSA 9s are only going for about 40 to 45. So I don't know. I might have try to have someone look it over before I do send it into grading because, after shipping, grading fees, everything like that, I'll be making what I can sell it for. But if it is a long-term investment, then I can still get it graded, hold a PSA 9, and maybe sell it for more in the future. But obviously, PSA 10s would definitely be the best with this card. So if you are good at, seeing what a PSA 10 is raw, and you can go pick one up, for $10 on eBay, a couple for $10, then you can make some serious upside in the future, or even right now, like I said, they're going for around 200-ish. So the next card, or cards, I have two of them, I want to talk about are these 1990 Michael Jordan NBA Hoops cards. Now, first, I know you're probably seeing these are not centered, so they most likely won't get a PSA 9 or PSA 10. The corners are pretty good on these cards, they just aren't centered, so you never know what they're going to get. These cards you can pick up raw right now for like $1 to $10. A lot of 10 actually just recently sold, I think like 5 days ago for $15, so you could have got 10 for 15. Obviously there was a bunch that looked like mine in there, some even looked centered. But if you are able to snag a lot like that for $15, 10 of them, you have a pretty good chance of getting maybe 1 or 2 PSA 9 or 10s. And PSA 10s for this card right now are going for around $115 to $130, and 9s are going for about $30 to $40. So if you are able to, snag 10 of them for $15, what if 5 of them came back a PSA 9? That's already like $200 profit just for snagging that off eBay just like that. So you definitely want to take a look at raw cards. If you can get, PSA 10s, PSA 9s for cheaper, you can get a 10 for maybe, I don't know, 90 to 100. These cards have just been increasing. Going back to this one, I believe I checked what a PSA 10 for this card was a couple weeks ago. It was at like 70, and now it's looking upwards of like 200. So just like that, that's like major profit, major upside for one card that you want to look at in these cards as well. Now, I just want to throw in a quick fact before we keep going. Obviously, if you are going for the raw cards on eBay, getting them graded is a process. It could sometimes take up to a couple months, 4, 5 months, just to get that one card graded. So in that time, those cards markets could shift. They could drop a lot. They could increase a ton. You never know. It is safe with Michael Jordan because, it's Michael Jordan. He's one of the best, if not the best basketball player to set foot on the court. So you're pretty safe with him sending his cards in, but you just got to take that into consideration. If it's a card that is going to make profit, it'll be worth getting graded in the future, then you might want to go ahead and send them in. But if this card might not do so hot in the future, I'm just trying to get it graded quick and make a quick flip on it right now, it might not be the best option because when you get it back, that card might be dropped $100. So you never know. That's just a quick tip I wanted to throw in there. The next card I wanted to throw in is another 1990 Michael Jordan NBA Hoops. This is the All-Star, whatever you want to call it, variant. This card you can get raw right now for literally a couple bucks. I've seen them go for $1, $2. PSA 10s are going for $110 to $115, and PSA 9s are only actually going for around $20. So if you wanted to, invest a little bit cheaper, go the PSA 9 route, you might not make that much high upside, but there could be, some profit here in a couple weeks. If you wanted to go out and get yourself a PSA 9 of this card, they're going for about $20. This card, again, isn't centered. You can see it's a little off there and a little off there. Not as bad as this one. Like, this one's more on the left side, but I probably won't send this one to get graded. The only one out of these that I've shown you so far would probably be this one to get graded just because it is $200-ish PSA 10, and it is a Michael Jordan card, so I can be safer with that if the process does take a couple of months. So I might send this in a couple days to get graded. These probably not. I might just throw them up raw to on eBay, or just keep them, see how much they go up raw. But that's really it for the 4 cards that I had right there talking about those Michael Jordans and these ones that I think can have some upside if you are able to snag raw or even get good deals on PSA 9s, 10s. Now I'm going to jump into some other cards, some other Michael Jordan cards that I have in my collection. I just want to throw them in this video, but I don't believe these cards will have, you know, very high profit or upside just because they're like different cards than just like a normal Michael Jordan card. And then there's some that are just cheap in general. So let's get into them now. So the first card is just this plain base, you know, Game Faces Michael Jordan Upper Deck card. Upper Deck in general isn't the best brand for cards. They don't have, you know, the most profit, most upside on them. This card, PSA 9's like 10 to 20 bucks, and PSA 10 I saw one was like sold for like 25. So really not too much difference, really not a lot of profit. You can literally get these raw for like $1. I think I saw one literally sell for like a cent. And like, you know, a couple dollars shipping, so you can literally get them for that. So this will definitely be one that I just will hold. I'm not going to send to grading or anything like that. It'll just be a card to have in the collection. You know, just a card I wanted to throw in the video, along with some other ones I'm about to pull up. The next one is this Michael Jordan Superman card. Really weird, different card. This you can literally get for a couple bucks. I don't even think I saw any PSA 9 or 10s just because, like, this isn't a popular card. It's just like one of those different cards you see. I couldn't really tell you, you know, prices on it just because, like, I saw some, like I said, go for a couple bucks raw. I couldn't tell you PSA 9 or 10 because there is none that I saw on my personal eBay. But if you wanted to go out and get a cool Michael Jordan, you know, Superman card, you can go grab one for like $3-4 bucks on eBay. So the next cards I want to get into are these North Carolina's finest Michael Jordan cards. Now, these cards typically only go for a couple bucks. You might say, why if it's Michael Jordan, right? Why is it only going for a couple bucks? And that's because it is his college-based cards. They're not going to go for as much as a normal NBA card. For example, I'm going to throw some pictures and, you know, data up on the screen. I haven't talked about Ja Morant a lot on the channel yet, but you can get a Ja Morant, you know, Panini Prizm rookie, just raw, not PSA graded or anything, raw for like 50 bucks they've been selling for, if obviously they're in good condition. Or you can go out and get like a lot of 12 Panini Prizm rookie of Ja Morant, but of him in his college jersey for like 46. You can get 12 of them for 46 of him in his college jersey, or one of him in his NBA jersey for 50. Now, just right there, you can obviously see the price difference. College jerseys or cards really typically go for less. That is why these go for less. Also, these are just like cheaply made cards. They aren't, you know, a real card. They are kind of just like his college card. They are still cool cards, you know, with the Coke collab, everything like that. It's still really cool cards, just not a card you want to really maybe look into investing. If you're a big Michael Jordan collector, these might be some cards. There's more than these. I only have 3 of them. There's like a whole set of them that you want to go out and pick up. Feel free to go out and pick up. And the last card I want to get into that, you know, isn't really hot right now is another Upper Deck. This is a hologram, really, card, I guess. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. I'm trying to move it around. This card, you know, it's Upper Deck again, not like a hot name if you want to, you know, make a lot of money, profit really on. Again, you can get this for a couple bucks, $3, $4, $5. I just have it because, you know, it's been in my collection and I haven't really done much with it. Another Michael Jordan card that I just wanted to add to this video, but there isn't a lot of upside in this card, in my opinion, right now. Alright guys, well that is it for this video. That's all the Michael Jordan cards that I currently have. I also have some, you know, like Team USA cards with Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, like a lot of players like that, but I didn't want to include them in the video because it wasn't just strictly Michael Jordan based. I just wanted to make this video just in regards with the Last Dance documentary. A lot of his cards have been seeing skyrockets in price because of that. A lot of people watching it and getting back into the hobby because of that too. So I wanted to make this quick video. If you did find any value in this video, then make sure you do consider hitting that subscribe button and drop a like on this video, and even turn the bell notifications button on so you never miss another video, and even drop a comment saying what Michael Jordan cards you have or what cards you have been picking up recently in regards to the Last Dance documentary. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and peace.